What if we told you that 90% of startups that scale too quickly end up crashing and burning within 3 years? Yet here's the paradox. The businesses that don't scale fast enough get left behind by competitors who do. So how do you find that sweet spot where growth becomes your greatest asset instead of your biggest liability? Welcome back to Run It Right, where we transform ambitious business owners into strategic growth masters. Today, we're diving deep into the art and science of scaling your business like a seasoned professional. Whether you're running a tech startup, a service-based company, or a traditional retail operation, the principles we'll share today will revolutionize how you approach business growth. Let's start with a reality check. Most entrepreneurs approach scaling with what we call the spray and pray method. They throw money at marketing, hire rapidly, expand into new markets, and hope everything sticks together. But professional scaling requires a completely different mindset. It's about building systems that can handle exponential growth before you actually experience it. Think about Amazon in its early days. Jeff Bezos didn't just focus on selling more books. He obsessed over building infrastructure that could handle millions of transactions, creating customer service protocols that could scale, and developing technology platforms that wouldn't break under pressure. That foundation allowed Amazon to expand from books to literally everything, because the underlying systems were designed for massive scale from day one. The first pillar of professional scaling is what we call operational readiness. Before you can scale your revenue, you must scale your operations. This means identifying every single friction point in your current processes and eliminating them systematically. Consider a growing e-commerce business that processes 50 orders per day smoothly. When they suddenly jump to 500 orders daily, those small inefficiencies become massive bottlenecks that can cripple the entire operation. We recently worked with a digital marketing agency that was stuck at the $2 million revenue mark. Every time they tried to grow beyond that point, client satisfaction dropped, employee burnout increased, and profit margins actually decreased despite higher revenues. The problem wasn't their ability to acquire new clients. It was their operational systems that couldn't handle the increased load. The solution involved mapping every client touchpoint, from initial consultation to project delivery. We discovered 17 different friction points that were invisible at smaller scales, but became critical barriers at higher volumes. By systematically addressing each friction point, they were able to scale to $5 million in revenue while actually improving client satisfaction scores. This brings us to the second pillar, scalable team architecture. Most businesses hire reactively, bringing on new people to handle increased workload. Professional scaling requires proactive hiring with a focus on multiplier effects. Instead of hiring doers, you hire enablers who can train, systemize, and optimize the work of others. Look at how companies like Shopify approach team scaling. They didn't just hire more developers when demand increased. They hired developer experience engineers, whose job was to make other developers more productive. They created internal tools, established coding standards, and built knowledge-sharing systems that allowed their entire development team to work more efficiently. The third pillar is technology leverage. Every manual process in your business is a potential scaling bottleneck. Professional scaling means identifying these manual processes early and either automating them or creating systems that can handle increased volume without proportional increases in human labor. Consider a consulting firm that traditionally relied on email chains and spreadsheets to manage client projects. At 10 clients, this system works fine. At 50 clients, it becomes chaotic. At 100 clients, it's completely unmanageable. The firms that scale successfully invest in project management platforms, client portals, and automated reporting systems before they actually need them at scale. Now here's where we want to pause and ask for your support. If you're finding value in these scaling strategies, please hit that like button to help other entrepreneurs discover this content. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Run It Right and ring the notification bell so you never miss our latest insights on building and scaling successful businesses. The fourth pillar is financial architecture for growth. Most entrepreneurs focus on top-line revenue growth without building the financial infrastructure to support it. Professional scaling requires robust cash flow management, predictable revenue streams, and financial systems that provide real-time visibility into business performance. Take the example of a successful restaurant owner who wanted to open multiple locations. Instead of just replicating the original restaurant, they first developed standardized financial reporting across locations, established centralized purchasing systems to maintain consistent food costs, and created performance metrics that could be monitored remotely. This financial architecture allowed them to scale to 15 locations while maintaining profitability and quality standards. The fifth pillar is market positioning for scale. Many businesses achieve initial success by being everything to everyone in a small market. But scaling requires becoming something specific to a large market. This often means making the counterintuitive decision to narrow your focus as you grow larger. Netflix provides a perfect example of this principle. They started as a DVD by mail service, competing directly with Blockbuster in the movie rental market. But as they scaled, they made the bold decision to narrow their focus to streaming technology and original content. This positioning allowed them to dominate a much larger market than movie rentals ever could have provided. The sixth and final pillar is culture scalability. Your company culture isn't just about team happy hours and mission statements. It's about the shared behaviors, decision-making frameworks, and communication patterns that allow your organization to function effectively as it grows. Zappos famously spent enormous resources on cultural development, not because they wanted to be nice, but because they understood that culture is what allows organizations to maintain quality and consistency as they scale beyond the founder's direct involvement. Their cultural systems allowed them to hire thousands of employees who could deliver the same level of customer service that made the company famous. Professional scaling also requires what we call growth experimentation. Instead of betting everything on one big expansion move, successful scalers run small experiments to test market demand, operational capacity, and financial viability before making major commitments. A software company might test a new market by running targeted advertising campaigns and measuring conversion rates before investing in local sales teams. A manufacturing company might produce limited quantities of a new product line to test demand and production processes before building dedicated manufacturing capacity. The key is creating systems that allow you to fail fast and cheap while learning valuable lessons that inform your larger scaling strategy. Every experiment should be designed to answer specific questions about your ability to scale successfully. Remember, scaling isn't just about growing bigger, it's about growing better. The businesses that scale successfully are those that can maintain or improve their quality, profitability, and customer satisfaction as they grow. This requires disciplined focus on building systems, processes, and capabilities that can handle exponential growth without breaking down. Professional scaling is ultimately about preparation meeting opportunity. When that big break comes, when demand suddenly spikes, when that major client wants to expand the relationship, you want to be ready with systems that can handle the growth instead of being overwhelmed by it. Now, we want to give you a practical tool to start implementing these scaling strategies immediately. We've created a comprehensive guide called Achieving Operational Excellence that shows you how to systematically identify and eliminate friction points in your business operations. This book walks you through the exact frameworks and methodologies we use with our businesses to prepare them for exponential growth. You can get your free copy by clicking the link in the description below. No hidden costs, just valuable content that will help you start building a scalable business today. But here's where the real transformation happens. If you're serious about mastering professional scaling, we've developed a comprehensive course specifically for small to medium-sized business owners who want to set up their businesses for long-term success. This isn't about working harder, it's about building systems so your business runs itself while you focus on strategic growth. The course takes you step by step through each scaling pillar we discussed today, provides real-world case studies, and gives you practical tools you can implement immediately. Most importantly, it shows you how to run your business instead of letting your business run you. You can access the course introduction absolutely free, no credit card required, by clicking the link in the description or the next video that appears on your screen. Take a few minutes to see if this comprehensive scaling system is right for your business. Thanks for joining us today on Run It Right. Remember, professional scaling isn't about luck or timing, it's about preparation and systems. Start building your scaling foundation today, and we'll see you in the next video.